A world of fall and fairy tales is coming to Wildcat Glades, hoping to get families excited about nature. I'm Samantha Walker, and I'll have that story coming up.
Plus, Oklahoma authorities arrest two in connection with a death investigation. And the city of Neosho looks to finalize the sale of its water and wastewater treatment system.
The four states' most watched news starts now.
A new partnership announced this week has the community excited for a twist to this year's Ghostly Glades event. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. Wildcat Glades is welcoming Drakenmore, a beloved Joplin Halloween destination that's not going to open this year. Together, though, they plan to create a magical evening focused on making learning fun. KOAM Samantha Walker has details.
Right now, this may look like a regular trail here at Wildcat Glades, but in just a few weeks, it's going to be transformed into a magical world of fairy tales and dragons.
This is our 8th annual Ghostly Glades event, and this year's theme is glowing trails and fairy tales. It's very kid-friendly, it's not spooky, it's mostly educational. They're going to learn in a really neat way, utilizing fairy tales.
Groups will be guided down the trail where they'll meet different characters who'll teach them about things like native plants, animals, and light pollution.
Really, that's what we do as naturalists. We trick people into learning things. That's usually just the way that we do pretty much any kind of education. People don't realize they're learning when they're having fun.
This year's magic is coming together with the help of Drakenmore, a Joplin Halloween hotspot. Organizers at Drakenmore announced they're taking a break this year, citing financial challenges and traffic issues as part of the reason. It won't look like the typical Drakenmore, but now small parts of the popular stop will be used at Ghostly Glades as elements of the fairy tale themed event.
Really neat props, which really helps us out because it helps with the budget, extremely helps with the budget since this is a free event. And they also are going to be bringing out some different educational elements.
The partnership is a way for them to still help the community celebrate the season through education.
We're pretty excited to partner with them. They love doing this. This is their way of still getting to enjoy the season, but without some of the hassle.
Reporting in Joplin, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Now, you know, families are required to register in advance for a slot during the two-day event. That'll be October 24th and 25th. Spots do fill up quickly, but you're encouraged to check back in to see future availability. If you're looking for Halloween or fall events right here in the four states, but you don't know where to turn, well, we've got you covered. This QR code will take you straight to the events page of our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. Just scan it with your phone. You can do it right now. You'll find information on all kinds of family fun events, including plenty of information on fall festivals and spooky or maybe not so spooky haunted houses. The events page at KOAMnewsnow.com. Kind of wet out there now, but some good outdoor days ahead. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, we've been kind of socked in with the scattered showers and thunderstorms over the past couple days. Not near as heavy or widespread today as what we did see yesterday, but we do still have some thunder showers out there this evening. Sunshine returns on Thursday with it. Upper 70s, just about perfect. And then 80s rolling in as we head into the weekend. All right, so we're on the back side of this storm system, so you can see the cluster of scattered showers and a few rumbles of thunder as these drop pretty much due south. We're rotating on the backside of an area of low pressure, but a couple little heavier downpours with some of these showers kind of pushing through. These are going to work out over the next couple hours and then pretty quiet as we go into tomorrow morning. We'll start into the upper 50s. 77, 78 for a high. We're going to look toward the weekend here in a bit.
All right, we'll catch you in a few. Oklahoma authorities arrest two people following a death investigation. According to the OSBI, Jacob Bailey and Renee Carpenter have been charged in connection to a death investigation from Monday. That morning, Veneta police officers responded to a property on South Foreman Street. They found an injured man who was taken to a local hospital where he was later pronounced dead. The investigation has since determined his injuries were consistent with homicide. Authorities have not released that victim's name. Both Carpenter and Bailey have been booked into the Craig County Jail. Millions of dollars will soon flow into Neosho, Missouri for the purchase of the city's water and wastewater systems. Missouri American Water announced today it'll buy both for $34.5 million. The agreement received unanimous approval from the Neosho City Council after its submission by the Missouri Public Service Commission. This is footage from that town hall last month when the sale was discussed. The Neosho system provides water and wastewater services to more than 5,000 customers. Per the agreement, Neosho customers will continue to pay their existing water and wastewater rates. The deal also includes a nearly $35 million investment in system improvements. The acquisition is expected to be complete in the second half of 2026, pending Service Commission approval. Drivers in parts of Allen County might want to seek alternate routes beginning next month. KDOT plans to begin construction on a bridge replacement west of Moran on Nebraska Road. Construction is scheduled to begin the week of October 13th. The department says it expects the closure to last until the spring. Another heads up, some Joplin streets will close to general traffic Saturday evening to clear the way for a Special Olympics truck convoy and show event. That convoy is going to leave 4 state trucks at 6 p.m. on Saturday. The convoy will wind through parts of South Joplin in 2 separate groups before ending at Cunningham and Mercy Parks by 7 p.m. There will be no cross traffic along the route for the duration of that convoy. In addition, 26th Street will be closed for most of the afternoon and evening on Saturday between Main and Maiden Lane. You can get details on the specific route on our website. Again, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Parsons picks up a big win over the weekend. Sports director Ryan Blank breaks down the victory and gives us a preview of the Vikings' next matchup. That's coming up later in sports. But up first, from blood pressure screenings to fitness programs and more. Seniors get answers to health and financial questions today at the Pittsburgh YMCA. Sometimes senior citizens can be overlooked members of the community. But as KOAM's Ty Park shows us, a health resource expo in Pittsburgh aims to help them get the information they need.
Pittsburgh YMCA is hosting a senior health fair. The health fair is centered on seniors because
seniors can be often forgotten about, and there's so many resources in the community that are at their fingertips that they're not even aware of. So having it and having them come in, see what they can get in their community, in their county, whether it's health care, financial help.
Over 15 different vendors are at the health fair, and all the resources are free. The local health department is also there doing blood pressure screenings. Some of the tables are for fitness, home health, and hospice.
It's a normal part of life, and that we are there to help people at the end of life and just be an extra support for them. And hospice doesn't have to be scary. Everybody does die, and we're there to help them have the best quality of life at end of life.
Every aspect of life that can impact the life of a senior can be found at this fair.
I hope that when it comes time that they need the help in the home, or they can no longer be at home and they have to go somewhere, if they're struggling financially, they need help with their insurance, whether it's traditional Medicare Advantage plans, any of those things, they know exactly who to call.
In Pittsburgh, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
While organizers say this is the first year of the health fair, they've already attracted enough interest to host the fair again. A little bit later, hundreds of area kids raised their voices for an annual children's concert in Pittsburgh.
Plus, we still have some showers sticking around this evening. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be still kind of a gloomy-ish day for us today. Had some sun during the morning hours, and then as we got into the afternoon, we've had some thunder showers across the region on the backside of this storm system. By 1 to pull rain totals, and this is over the last 48 hours. I mean, of course, some of us had some pretty good amounts of rain Saturday and even on Sunday, but pretty widespread, 1 to 2 inches, and then you start to get into 2, 3, 4, 5 once you get into parts of southwest Missouri. But we needed widespread rain across the region. All right, so let's zoom out. We're on the back side of this storm system, so it rotates counterclockwise, so this way. That's why the showers are dropping south and then move off toward the east. So we're on the backside, and we're going to continue to see showers over the next few hours. There are some little thunderstorms in here, but nothing too bad. You can see them dropping due south, a little bit more concentrated in southwestern parts of Missouri. Let's go ahead, zoom in. Here's I-49, a pretty good little thunder shower near Lamar, and then pretty consistent from Miami to downstream over toward Monette, Mount Vernon, and also Cassville. But once we start to lose the heating of the day, these will start to drop off. All right, mid-60s by 9 p.m. Showers rolling out. Could get a little bit of fog in here later on tonight, so watch out for that. By the morning, we start 58, 59 degrees. Then mostly sunny skies, mid-70s by noon. Let me take you to the afternoon. Here's 4:30. This is just about perfect fall-like weather. We're talking high temps, 77, 78, maybe a 79. Also very close to where we should be for this time of the year. Heading into Friday morning, a little cooler start. You can actually have the windows open. We're looking at mid-50s. Let me take you into Friday afternoon. Much of the same, smidge or two or a notch or two warmer than what we're going to see tomorrow. Most of us 79 or 80 as we go into Friday afternoon. All right, your Thursday day planner 58 start, 74 by noon. High temp, 78 degrees. What about four-state Friday night high school football? Cruising through the season, week 5 for some, week 4 for others, 73 for kickoff, 66 by the fourth quarter. So really pretty good football weather as well. Let's go outside. Looks pretty good. We do have the clouds. We do have the scattered showers, but a nice shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. Sliding back through the 60s over the next few hours. A little warmer in our western counties where you have a little more sunshine, and a little cooler on the Missouri side where you have more showers. But this is the backside of this upper level wave. It's going to rotate out, and if you look out west, there's nothing going on. That's our weather as we go through the next several days. All right, so let's break down the weekend real quickly. A little warmer Saturday. We're talking about 83-ish, 84 degrees. Sunday, much of the same, 83, 84 degrees if you're going north Kansas City for the Chiefs-Ravens game. A little warm, but not bad, as we will be into the mid-80s on Sunday afternoon. 78 Thursday, 80 on Friday, 84s Saturday and Sunday, 83 Monday, kind of holding low to mid 80s as we go through most of next week.
That looks like a beautiful weekend in particular ahead of us.
Yeah, really no complaints.
First weekend of fall.
Yep.
Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, former Pitt State star Cordell Tench was back in Pittsburgh this weekend. We're going to hear from him coming up. And the Parsons Vikings have found success early on in this season with their seniors leading the way. Those details coming up.
Last year, it took 4 games for the Parsons Vikings to pick up their first win of the season. But with strong leadership in 2025, it only took half the time after defeating Fort Scott on the road in Week 2. For this Parsons team, it all starts with that senior class that features 10 athletes. And despite the majority of the Vikings roster being underclassmen, the class of 2026 has emphasized and focused on their leadership while leaving a legacy that the community can be proud of.
Definitely better than any year I've been in school. I think our class has done a way better job, and I think it's definitely helped the younger guys because we got a bunch of them playing both sides all the time, and I think the senior leadership has been a big part of making them able to do that.
It gets emotional. Like, it's my last year probably playing high school football, probably football in general. You want to really stamp your name into the legacy, but even more, I want to stamp the class of 26 into that legacy to the point where like people can look back and be like, man, that class of 26, those guys are some dogs. You know, next year I hope they look back and be like, yeah, that's who we want to follow after, the class of 26.
Over the past couple of seasons, Parsons has changed their identity on offense, focusing on the ground game with a run-heavy scheme. With a lot of youth on the team, the Vikings' offensive line is filled with sophomores. But as the season progresses, the men in the trenches are developing a dangerous rushing attack, led by running back Chandler Henson.
We want to establish the run, and this year we're about 75-25 run versus pass. We want to run the football. We've got a young line. We started 4 sophomores on the line week 1 and then 3 sophomores on the line week 2. A couple of those guys started as freshmen for us, so the future on the offensive line is bright. We have a good stable of running backs.
I just go into every game thinking that there's nobody in the state that can mess with me. I mean, I think that's the mindset you have to have at running back, is just simply that the guy on the opposite side of the ball trying to stop me just can't compete with me.
The Vikings return home this week as they battle the Lions of Baxter Springs. Kickoff set for 7 p.m. Last week, former Pitt State track and field star Cordell Tinch etched himself in the history books, becoming a world champion at the 2025 World Athletics Championships in Tokyo. And after showing out on the biggest stage, it didn't take long for him to come back home. On Saturday, Tinch, a 5-time NCAA Division II national champion, returned to the Sunflower State, rooting on the Gorillas football team as they defeated Fort Hays State. After being recognized at halftime by the crowd in the jungle at Carney Smith Stadium, I caught up with the world champion as he reflects on his journey.
It's just a lot of me being grateful and thankful for, being in the position I'm in, being able to get the opportunity here at Pitt to start the ball rolling for all of what we've accomplished, and, just keeping faith. Those are probably the 3 words I can say is faith, thankfulness, and just gratitude. I used to think Lawrence was my second home of how much time I spent in Kansas, but Pitt State is definitely now my second home. Being able to come here and, the coaches having their belief in me, the city having the belief in me, even the team having their own belief in me, and being able to come here and now I can actually say being able to perform as the best in the world is insane.
Tinch's focus now turns to his training for the 2026 World Athletics Ultimate Championships in Budapest. That's it for sports. We're back with more after the break.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Kansas Senator weighs in on the looming government shutdown. Plus, a $400 billion tech expansion gets even bigger. And we take you inside the Stargate project, and the Carthage residents learn new ways to recycle and reduce waste. Those stories, a lot more, of course, it's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. The Southeast Kansas Symphony Orchestra carried on a tradition this week that's been going strong for more than a decade. Hundreds of 4th and 5th grade students from area schools packed into the Bicknell Family Center for the Arts for the annual children's concert. Each year, the event takes on a new theme. Last year, it was superheroes. This year, the focus was Hispanic music. Organizers hope the concert sparks a passion for music in the next generation, whether it inspires them to pick up an instrument, join a choir, or simply become lifelong lovers of the arts.
Yeah, so for me it means a lot. I remember being a child, being a kid and going to a concert similar to this in my country, and it really ignited my passion for music, and it made me want to do what I do now.
He says if even one student walks away with that same inspiration, the mission of the concert is accomplished. What a gift that is to a child. The weather, not great tonight, but it's looking a lot more promising in the days ahead.
Yeah, we're going to have thunder showers sticking around next couple hours. It's not a big deal by any means. Could get a little fog in here later on tonight, but Thursday, just about a perfect fall day, 78, mostly sunny, 80 on Friday. A little warm as we get into next week, but a nice fall stretch and also drying out a bit.
I think I'm going to get outside this weekend.
I need to mow.
While you're at it, I can give you another lawn to mow. That would be mine. Thanks for joining us. We're going to see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.